Hello, everybody, and welcome to Casual Esports Amateur League's second matchup of the day. I am Ansem571 with my co-host, the beautiful Gruer.
Thank you.
So today we will be having Zenigma Shadowfire versus Team Defiant in the Demacian division. For those of you who haven't been keeping up in the Demacian division playoffs, Team Defiant has been on the miracle run from a winless regular season to now coming up as currently fighting in the semifinals. So they are the miracle team. They're on their honeymoon. They're going for it. Now they just got to get to the wedding in the finals next week.
Yeah, man, they've been on kind of a nice run, but you know they're facing their toughest opponent yet by far, Zenigma Shadowfire, the second place team. But with a 7-1 record, they were essentially tied with the first place team,
Mm-hmm.
and tiebreaker ultimately settled that. But Zenigma Shadowfire is definitely looking like, if you look at their season, one of the teams that could easily win this match and win next week. But Team Defiant's been looking on a tear. There's always a time to get hot, and there's no better time than the playoffs. And we're looking to see if they can keep it up. But we're getting into the
Yeah,
draft now, so we can kind of talk about that.
yeah, like you mentioned, seeing as this is going to be their toughest challenge yet, we'll see if they are up to the task.
Yeah,
I personally was very impressed with their game one from last week. I hope to see something similar, but this week they will be playing with a different mid laner, Beta Lynx, since Soul Reaver, he actually has his match happening right now for his own team. So we will be seeing a Zac, Cho'Gath, and Morgana bans from Zenigma to Defiant, and then Defiant will be banning Diana, Galio, and Rammus.
yeah. Cho'Gath being a very strong top laner on the patch right now, one of their tanks, and Alien Roll is an excellent tank player. Zac just being a strong jungler in fives generally. Morgana's just a common ban, especially with lower elo. And then the other bans on the other side all pretty standard. But I want to point out, so the Ivern first, Ivern's a very strong jungler right now, but only plays trees, as his name implies. The support for Enigma Shadowfire plays trees, and he has played Ivern support before, so that's actually a flex pick for this team. And it's gonna be interesting to see. Now, a Blitzcrank on the side of Defiant to me is kind of daring them to put that support, because if you're looking at all right, what would be good at Ivern support, if you can just yank him on top of your team,
He gets blown up.
he's not gonna be doing a whole lot. He's gonna get blown up. So I actually like this. Immediately grabbing a super strong bot lane. They banned the Morgana, so they can't even counter that with themselves now.
Mm.
And last week I thought that D-Brew looked really good on the Blitzcrank. So I'm excited to see him work that again.
Yeah, while we didn't see many hooks coming out from him as the Blitzcrank was because he was into a Morgana, so we didn't really get
Right.
to see him actually land, quote unquote, land those hooks, kept hitting them on the bindings. So,
Right, and
or on the shield.
his fortune picked up. I think it's interesting to note that a lot of the really strong ADCs on this patch have been kind of passed over. No Kai'Sa pick, no Tristana pick. So definitely going more toward probably with their own comfort. Both Caitlyn and Miss Fortune are good picks right now, so it's not like they're diving too deep into the meta. But it's interesting to note for this series, and the Nico, that's not only a good team fight to pair with the Misfortune, but it's a steal away from Alien Roll, who aside from his tanks, I would say that's the one other pick he's actually really proficient on that I've noticed.
And
And
then
a
we have,
Nivea answer, yeah.
yeah, so this is
I,
one of Beta Lynx's best champions that he loves to play. So, uh, looking to see not just pretty strong lanes, but also a lot of comfort picks on the side of Defiant. And
you know, yeah.
we're going to have
That's
to
what I like
see
to
how they can
say.
keep up
When
with
you're
this.
playing, yeah, when you're going into a matchup where you're not necessarily favored, I always think the best thing to do is kind of stick to your comfort. Because if you're trying to get too fancy with sometimes it doesn't work. And at the end of the day, when you're just trying to get that win, when you're not having to focus on necessarily what your champion does, you can only focus on the game because you're so proficient in a character like Beta is on the Anivia. I'm excited to see how you can do. And all of these are still flex picks. The Nico could go mid support, top even. The Ivern we already talked about being a potential
Mm-hmm.
support flex. I think the Anivia was a smart answer there because Anivia would be a pretty good matchup into the Nico. Now, Nico has a lot of good matchups, but Anivia is one of the ones I think, once she gets that rank, once she gets the ultimate, Anivia can kind of just keep Nico away. It's hard for Nico to get in onto those fights through the use of the wall, through the use of the ultimate zoning power. So that missed ban was actually an Ornn ban on the side of
Yep.
Zenigma Shadowfire, so we won't be seeing Alien Rolls Ornn this game.
Yeah.
And then set Hecarim miss. So the set ban tells me Alien Roll is still going to go to a tank, even though he's already ate a Cho'Gath and an Ornn ban. He wants to make sure that. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see him go for his Scion here.
Yeah, I wouldn't put past that. Yeah, because the set is just a really good champion to go into these tanks. Not so much for the percentage of damage that he does to the tank, but more so because he can
Malphite.
literally throw them back at his team.
Right. Yeah, if you're looking at how you'd get onto an Anivia, it'd be through something like the set ultimate or like the Hecarim's onslaught of shadows. But they end up going with Malphite, which I think is not a bad pick either. That can really disrupt the misfortune, make it hard for her to get a good ultimate off. But this is the risk. When you pick Malphite, you're daring them to pick Silas. Because what's better than a full tank Malphite? A full AP Malphite ult.
But so far, Silas doesn't really have too many good ultimates. He does have the Malphite, yes. And really, Blitzcrank is probably the next best ultimate, just to an AoE silence.
Blitzcrank is definitely not a bad ultimate for like pure damage and AoE silence. But you're right. The Malphite's like an S tier ultimate, one of the best you could possibly get. But outside of that, definitely falling off a little bit.
Yeah,
And
so
now
here
Bird on the jungler has to consider what to pick because he doesn't want to give a really good ultimate either.
I would like to see actually an Udyr if he actually can play it, because that is absolutely a horrible champion for Silas to pick up for for his
Maokai's ultimate's also I mean there's uses
not,
to it as the Silas, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, compared to I think it was yesterday we had Silas was picked into an Echo, and that is a huge ultimate for Silas to be able to pick up.
Definitely.
But
so
we're
as
going to
the
go
draft
ahead.
rounds up, they rounded out with a Maokai. So is that Maokai jungle or is it gonna be Malphite jungle? What do you think?
That's going to be Maokai jungle.
Okay.
He does do pretty decent damage and good sustain against monsters, especially with the saplings no longer having the cap damage against monsters.
Yeah, I could see though potentially. Malphite jungle was ran in the LEC earlier today, full AP. And if you're thinking, oh, they
Mad
picked
Lions?
tough counter pick, the Maokai would be a pretty good matchup.
Wasn't that Mad Lions?
It was.
So, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna take that one because that one they did a bunch of role swaps and they just
they were
ran
forefronting it a little bit, but
yeah, I'm sorry.
it worked. They proved it can work.
Just because it worked doesn't mean it's good. Dr. Dad should know. With some of his spicier picks that he's tried to pull up.
Well, we're gonna find out very quickly which it is. And it is going to be the Malphite top. Still fine. Alien Roll's a good tank player. No, I was right. It's the Maokai top lane. I love this. I love the flex of that. The Maokai's going to have a much better time in the 1v1 against Silas. Yeah, Silas is still going to be able to steal the Malphite ultimate and have that big team fight impact, but will not be able to bully a Maokai in lane as much as he would a Malphite.
So if they actually put that Silas top, I think that's just horrible decisions for them. Because Silas needs to be able to impact the map, and you can't really do that as a top lane Silas.
Well, Silas top in itself's not a terrible pick, but
so
I don't know if you're tossing up the notion of a lane swap, while Nico would do probably fine into the Maokai, Silas is not going to do particularly well into the Anivia either.
No. But
you're definitely just playing for the team fight. I mean, when you have the Silas ult, the Misfortune ult, the Amumu ult, and the Nico ult, you're playing for that mid-game team fight around a dragon or around a Baron where everyone's there. And at that point, if they execute that correctly, it'll be difficult for the side of Team Defiant to win.
Yes, like here, looking at the picks and bans and whatever from both sides, I see that the Maokai, that is like an S tier top lane for this. Like, he's going into triple AP, not even counting the support. So this is just a dream for Maokai type of champion. and Malphite
Yeah.
just nullifies the misfortune. So
Yeah, you could very easily itemize into this.
so Maokai is the S tier, whereas Silas I would put as like a B tier as top lane Silas, um, because you don't really want to steal the Maokai ultimate, and Malphite he should almost never want to come up there, because Silas and Maokai both have heals built into their kit that they don't need to actually fight. I want to see both junglers focus in mid and bot side because top lane needs to just build up whatever tankiness they need to, and then join the fights with TP or just uh, kind of like random ganks that ever happen with bad vision control.
Right. You mentioned how last week Debrew on the Blitzcrank was playing into the Morgana, so obviously that makes it difficult to land a lot of impact hooks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while Ivern has shields, these shields do not stop the hook. So I'm personally really excited to
Yep.
see how the Caitlyn Blitzcrank can do, because I've also never actually seen. I know he's played Ivern support, but I myself have not actually gotten to watch one of his games yet. So I'm excited to see. I'm curious. Does he take? He might take Smite and even look to like kind of play like a secondary jungler in the sense of trying to steal away camps. Maybe. I mean, there's
That would be
definitely an
hot.
option for that.
I'm not gonna lie, that would actually be pretty hot. Um,
Because I mean, like when you're playing someone like the Malphite jungle, you need your six as fast as possible. So denying him a camp or two and
mhm.
delaying that ultimate power spike would potentially have a big impact.
Yeah, and likewise to the other side for Blitzcrank, I actually like it now that I'm looking at it even more so. Not just for like the AoE silence, but the shield break as well against both Ivern and Nico when she pops her ultimate because she gets a big
Yeah,
shield based on how many champions she hits with it. Um, and just breaking that instantly just completely nullifies what uh, tankiness she can have in a team fight.
yeah. No, that's actually a really good thing to point out. Yeah, they added that. It's been a while now, but that
Couple
wasn't
seasons.
always there. So it's pretty cool that's definitely kind of an interaction that you don't see every game, but it's cool when a player uses it correctly because it can make a big impact. I want to point out I think the viewers should be excited, and I'm pretty excited to see this game because sometimes the worry I think, especially at the lower levels, when one team drafts a comp like Zenigma did, to where it's like pretty much just press all your ultimates and you win. Sometimes it can be
But
like I'm not sure that other team can respond, but I
but at
actually
the
think Team
same
Defiant had
time,
a good team comp to attempt to do it because they have the Malphite themselves, and if Beta Links on the Anivia can position correctly, Caitlyn's one of the best ADCs, maximum range, can position correctly with the Maokai peeling, it can be really difficult for the Nico or the Amumu to actually get in there.
yeah. So like while Zenigma did build like albeit not standard, but a team fight comp where they just press R and go.
Mm.
So did Defiant with Malphite, Malphite,
Yeah,
with their ultimates being able to help either change the location of the fight to better suit them, and also they do have the pick with the Blitzcrank to be able to hook out random people. Because out of all of these champions, the only one he doesn't want to hook is the Amumu. Everybody else
yeah.
he's fine to hook.
Mhm. No, definitely. I think it's going to come down to can the initial engage from Zenigma win the fight? Because if they cannot quickly blow up an Anivia or a Caitlyn, the Anivia and the Caitlyn are going to kite that out,
Hmm.
and then it can get really, really difficult for them.
Yeah, so the burden of execution is on, uh, I would say Zenigma, and then Defiant to somehow peel away. But we're going to go ahead and get on in this. Who do you think, Chad, is going to win? Zenigma Shadowfire on the blue side, Team Defiant on the red side. Let's get into game one. And we are now in the loading screen. Uh, Gotta say, love the uh, Prestige Edition Misfortune.
Yeah. Lots of comfort on the side of Zenigma, shown by the fact that the Amumu, the Misfortune, and the Ivern are all well above 300,000 mastery points, with
Oh,
the
I
Ivern
didn't
being at
see that.
600,000. So lots of comfort on that side. Beta Lynx has almost 400,000 on the Anivia, so lots of comfort for there as well. Everybody else with points on their champions, but definitely not that level of mastery. So it is Ivern just taking the ignite. No crazy smite secondary jungle shenanigans like I was kind of hoping for. Outside of that, though, runes and items or summoner spells looking fairly standard across the board, I would say.
Alright, so pause at 10 seconds.
Yep.
Alright,
I'm ready.
ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And we will be off to the races shortly. I think we are going to be seeing an invade coming in. Team Defiant is a little bit slower getting off into this one.
Yeah, with Blitzcrank, I mean, in your solo queue games, when Blitzcrank gets locked in, an invade's going to happen no matter what. In this 5 situation, they've already warded for it. That's smart by Zenigma to kind of ward and back up a little bit. But they're still hunting for it, but will be spotted out on this ward.
Yeah, all 5 will be spotted out. They see them, and they're going to just walk away. This is the correct move.
Yeah, I'd like to see. Okay, yeah, Nico Vidra on the Nico correctly seeing all 5, knowing he can move up for a counter ward, try to get some vision over on the red buff, try to figure out what is his Malphite's early path. That's always a smart thing to do when you have an invade on one side of the map.
Yeah, now Maokai is going to go ahead and back up. Oh.
They're hanging around like they want to attempt to take
Actually, this is super forehead move right here. Like, okay, so the fact that you're taking away this, you just send the Malphite immediately back up to the red buff. You know that because they could have backed, and you don't know for 100% certainty until they walk over this ward. So
Right.
they will be seeing them going over the ward here. Right here, I think that the best play is Malphite to just back and then go over to the red buff.
Well, so they see that he took the red. You're going to have to watch and see what Mephisto on the Amumu. He's looking like he's going to attempt to go steal the red away, but Beta Lynx did put a ward on it, so this will be spotted out. Will they be able to do anything about it? I'm not so sure.
I don't think so. I think that this is just purely informational. Amumu actually is taking the chickens first.
Yeah, because Beta actually, he put the ward deep on the red, whereas I think it would have been a little smarter to put it on the entrance of the jungle.
Yeah, that banana bush behind the banana bush behind it. Yep,
that.
I thought so. Yep. Yeah, so we're doing a vertical jungling, but Amumu actually has tempo on his side.
Yep. The fact that Amumu got the Raptors could end up being really big, because I don't really see Malphite having an opportunity. Oh, but Beta Lynx is looking
Beta Lynx is a little bit caught out here.
Ooh, that got very low, but
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Nico did pick up a Dark Harvest from that though, so
he
out. Does get a bit of damage off onto the Amumu.
Has Ignite here. He's feeling himself.
He's trying to. He is going to probably pop the egg soon. Definitely below sub 100 HP, so it's probably going to pop soon with another good Q from the Nico.
Yep.
Meanwhile, top lane is having their brawls.
Oh, Maokai.
Silas has mana.
Early.
Silas has mana. Maokai doesn't.
Yep. His E's back up in 1 second. Silas could look for the kill here.
Ooh, this is bad placement from Aileron roll. He does get the flash off. Oh, and he just barely escapes. Okay,
meanwhile,
here goes
Birdturd does actually go get the Raptors.
Vidra, you did not have to flash that, my dude.
So, Flash traded for Ignite in the mid lane. That's definitely a win for Beta Lynx, despite losing the egg. Nico with no Flash is definitely...
He's looking for it. He needs to be careful. He has no idea where this Amumu is. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot. You're the color and I'm the play-by-play, right?
Yes.
Okay. I thought so.
I just kind of say whatever feels right in the moment, though.
Yep. Oh, we do have the gank from the Amumu. The Amumu is going to get the Q onto him. She does flash the snare, but the
There is no egg.
Anivia has no egg, so she's got to run away. And she will be able to escape just barely. She doesn't have teleport, so she's going to have to take the long road home. Meanwhile, the only lane that's actually quiet is the bottom lane, and Caitlyn's built up a
Surprisingly.
two-lane lead.
The hook barely misses. Yeah, lots of action all around the board. No kills just yet.
So I just want to check Maokai. I don't think he actually took Mana Flow, which is critical for him.
He did not. He went Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Aileron roll, no. Don't do that ever again. So the problem with Maokai is, yes, he's a good top laner, especially into mages, but he needs mana, and one of the best sources that he can get that from is Mana Flow Band, since it increases his mana by 250, plus it increases his regen. Either that or go for the precision and get the Presence of Mind.
Right. Yep, definitely went for more of a scaling option there.
Like the Gathering Storm is whatever, but you needed the Mana Flow Band. And oh my god, the Anivia Z's are hitting hard. Yes, I know that they crit, but like
Beta Link's getting a lot of value off of his Anivia pick thus far. Managing to landing good stuns. I'm excited to see once he has his ultimate if he'll be able to get a kill, because Vidra will be without flash for a few more minutes.
yeah, and like we said earlier, bottom lane has been pretty quiet too.
Malphite
goes
just
in
a
onto
little
the
bit over
Maokai.
level 5.
Silas does have 6. He can steal the Maokai ultimate and maybe try something, but I still don't think that he actually does.
Amumu's hanging around bot. Meanwhile, Malphite with a pretty nice CS lead in the jungle is just power farming to his 6. He's about halfway there. We're going to have to track what he does as soon as he gets his ultimate.
Oh, Amumu's ganking. He's going into the bottom lane. He has to be able to dodge the Blitzcrank from hooking him away. The slow from the Ivern is actually going to keep Caitlyn there. Oh, he does go in.
Oh,
and the Blitzcrank got him! Now Amumu doesn't have flash. He does have to walk away as fast as he can, but he won't be able to get away. Caitlyn gets the first blood, and they're going to see if they can continue further. Malphite doesn't have ultimate just yet, and Silas is trying to fight this top lane Maokai. He doesn't have any mana for that matter. But that will be a great first blood for the Caitlyn. Amumu kind of getting a little putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah, good idea for the gank. I mean, they blew both sums on the Caitlyn. That was a win in itself, but he went for the bandage toss. But at that point, it was too deep.
Oh, but hold on. Nico is looking to see if she can get an ultimate into the pit here.
Malphite is 6 here.
But he is low. He's going to get a lot of damage. He's going to have to smite to keep his health alive. Aileron roll, you need to back right now. You are going to die.
And you were right about that.
So, they were able to secure the Drake with the second smite from Malphite. And with that, Silas was able to get a solo kill onto the Maokai. He needs mana regen.
Okay.
Oh, but Nivea is here onto the top lane. Does get a stun onto the Silas and will take that. Malphite, I don't think you do this.
Fight right here.
Oh. Oh! Great.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I want to point out the good roam by Beta Lynx to punish the Silas overstaying after a good kill by Gorklaw, but I want to point out Malakai's build right now. Is he building an Everfrost?
No, that is that's Mandate.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, it could be Everfrost as well. I'm surprised he's not just committing to a full tank build when you already have so much damage coming out from the rest of your team.
Yeah, and Malphite's actually going AP.
Yeah, Malphite going AP here, I don't think is a problem. I think
That-
that is actually pretty smart. But the Maokai opting potentially not to go for a tank build, it looks like.
I mean, you still
You
go
yourself
tank.
admitted. Yeah.
It's just your mythic now also
Yeah,
gives you AP.
that's fair.
Um, Maokai is going to see that the blue buff was taken. He's not going to be able to steal that away because, you know, that's what happens.
Yeah, I think as long as he ultimately builds the Spirit Visage, he can probably get a little creative with the rest of the build, but you'd have to think that's mandatory in this game.
Yep. Quad AP champions, like, you need to. And round 2, Malphite took that blue buff.
Yes, sir. No one gets
Also-
beat by the blue buff twice.
Also, with the way how this lane is going, so for those of you top laners, because I play top lane, as you may have known, so I think that a better option for
Hold on, we got
we got a
potential kill in the mid lane.
Beta Lynx does flash away, but Amumu does get the bandage toss onto the Anivia. The Anivia is trying to survive as long as she can. She's trying to get the kill onto him.
Malphite's coming with ult.
Malphite is coming. Beta Lynx does go
He has
into the
flash.
egg. Does flash and does get the kill onto the Nico. Now the Amumu is trying to get a kill onto the Anivia. She does get enough damage out to survive, and now it looks like to the Malphite is going to get the double kill.
You know, great job there by Beta Lynx. He flashed the Nico ult initially to make sure that he didn't die too soon because he knew he had the egg and he knew he could buy time for his Malphite to show up. And good job by Bird, you know, landing the ultimate and then picking up that second kill as well. But just a big 2v2 win. I mean, like, the faster this AP Malphite gets AP, just the deadlier he becomes.
Okay, so there's another scrap happening in the top lane. This is not the one that's going to be kill potential. It's the next one. So
Every time I look top, I just definitely Alien Roll's definitely struggling with mana. That's definitely showing.
So as we do see, this one isn't. It's the next one. Silas didn't have the full combo ready. But as I was trying to say about the build for Maokai into this kind of a matchup, another example is Vlad, which is something that you may actually go into. Is Bramble Vest into Spectre's Cowl. And as we do have that, Blitzcrank does flash away. He does try to escape. He does survive the Ignite with one extra tick needed. Oh, and Silas does try to cancel the Maokai back. He is... I'm not sure if he has the ultimate available yet to be stolen yet.
Malphite's here.
Malphite
No
is here.
ultimate.
He does not have ultimate or flash. He's just trying to make sure, like, hey, Maokai, you need to just... Oh, but he does
just
take
giving
the
him the
Malphite
ultimate,
ultimate, and he is going to be able to take away that. And now Malphite tries to return the favor. Silas does have his W, and he is trying to trade. He doesn't have enough damage, I think, and Malphite is going to be able to take that. A 1-for-1 trade.
Yep, you saw the danger of Malphite heading up there. He got the kill, but essentially delivering Goreclaw the best ultimate in the game allowed him to finish off Alien Roll.
Called it. Mandate.
Yep, you did. Oh, Nico
Nico
catches
got
out
caught.
Anivia.
Anivia doesn't have flash or egg. She's going to be going down into this one. If she has to be able to get that. Stun. Nico is trying to keep up and does get it with the empowered auto with her W. So she is going to be able to get that retribution kill.
Well played to the Nico, kind of hiding in that bush, recognizing
And Dragon
Beta
is
Lynx
coming up in
probably
5
show
seconds. Amumu is already prepping for it too.
Malphite will not have ultimate for this fight if they choose to fight it. That's going to be big. Amumu has ult, no flash. Caitlyn does have her flash here, so that's going to be big to track.
Yeah, but they do know that this fight is happening. Anivia is back up too.
Yeah, Anivia should be able to make it before things get too crazy, because it doesn't look like Zenigma's in any rush to start a fight. Actually looks like they're not interested in looking to take the dragon at all right now.
Yeah, Malphite ultimate is in 15 seconds. Already completed a Night Harvester.
That is going to hurt.
So, yes, so as I was saying about this top lane matchup, Spectre's Cowl and Bramble Vest, because he's going to auto-attack in part of his
here comes
combo.
the fight.
We do have the fight coming in. Amumu does get the bandage toss and the ultimate on 3. He does get a lot of damage out. Malphite does go and get a knock up on the 3 of them. Does try to get a kill, but doesn't.
Anivia's ult.
Now Maokai did actually teleport in and does actually help to take care of most of the champions into this game. He does actually get a nice slow onto the Caitlyn And they will take it down thanks to the damage provided by Imperial Mandate. Silas did not have his teleport, and that will be a 4 for 3 for the side of, or sorry, 4 for 2. Anivia survived that.
Yep. With the dragon. Now, Ocean Soul is going to be the soul today, and they're only 2 away. And that would be very, very big for, as you mentioned, the Maokai that's already healing a lot just innately in his kit.
Oh, and he's going full AP now. Oh no, I don't like this. Okay, so he went Sork Shoes. He needed to go Merc Trends at this point because he's getting absolutely smashed.
You have to wonder how much he's going to be able to do in a team fight. If all he can get off is 1 W and Q, is that really that worthwhile?
That's definitely not worthwhile. Okay, so if you were to do this kind of a build for Maokai, you need to take Aftershock, not Grass. Because you need to be able to survive even at least for 2 seconds just to be able to get your damage off.
Yeah. And you're seeing, Silas itemized the Verdant Barrier to grab himself some magic resist when he recognized...
Oh, Malphite is top lane.
Malphite coming up.
He
here, though. I don't think they win this.
I mean, the Snap Engage, I think that they can, but I'm not 100% sure.
But I want to go back to that dragon fight. It was a good engage by the Amumu. They comboed the Misfortune ult well, but the problem was, as I mentioned in the pregame, the Anivia got untouched there, and her ultimate stayed active the whole time.
Anivia got a blind stun actually onto the... and the solo kill from the Anivia coming on out there.
Great use of the wall.
Yeah, she was actually able to get the stun off, and Maokai now doesn't have flash. He's going to go down.
Flash from Mephisto to secure it.
And that will go to the Silas, who is a pretty big win con for their side.
Yeah.
Bottom lane does go down first.
Oh. Malphite's looking for Silas, though. The turret's helping him out.
Oh, and now he doesn't actually get the kill, so it will be... effectively 2 for none, but bottom lane did get the tower first for Team Defiant.
Yeah, that's big, You pick Caitlyn oftentimes to be able to get that early turret.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I want to point out is Anivia actually opted to go for the Everfrost as opposed to Leandry, which I know is one of the popular mythic items for her. I've not actually seen Everfrost on Anivia, but that item did get buffed this patch, so it's very popular right now. I definitely think she can make use of it.
It definitely does help land her Qs better.
As well as keep someone in her ultimate, potentially.
Yep. And it also just helps them fight front to back better with this pseudo full dive comp that they're trying to run from Zenigma.
So right now, Team Defiant in a poised position to potentially continue their streak with about a 2.2k gold lead with 2 dragons. It's looking good.
Looking for a hook.
But you do have to point out the Silas is looking like he could take over this game. He wasn't in that last team fight.
So
if Silas shows up in the next team fight and gets a good Malphite ultimate off, you'd have to think they can pull it off.
Yes, but however, he did recently just pick up the Malphite ultimate back up in the top lane when the tower got taken, so he will not have it for this dragon fight.
That's a good thing to point out.
He will be able to have the Blitzcrank ultimate. I'm not sure about Maokai, but he definitely will not be able to have the Malphite. Now they are going to be able to go in. Blitzcrank's ultimate does get taken down immediately by the Silas. Pretty high scaling for that Blitzcrank ultimate ratio.
Big shutdown for Silas to actually pick up there as well.
Yeah, they won't be able to take the tower with this since they had to back up way. Dying here is not ideal, but it's fine for the Caitlyn because she needed to back anyway. She didn't have mana.
She'll be up in time for this dragon, and she'll have flash this time. She didn't have flash last time. And Silas just used his flash to guarantee that kill. So him not having flash for this team fight could make it hard for Silas to navigate around the Anivia.
So, fun item purchase. The Anivia got Mage Eyes.
I respect it. When you're confident, She's confident.
He's feeling it.
She has the egg. That will at least save her initially. Makes it a little bit harder to lose those stacks.
But Maokai is really low. He does have teleport, so if he doesn't want to back and come back in, then he can. Nice amount of damage onto this Amumu.
Wow.
Does almost get taken down. He has to back it. There's no nearby.
Oh, they might catch out the Sylas.
They did get him. The Maokai ultimate is taken away, but they will be able to take this first of probably many Ocean Drakes.
Yeah, Amumu's too low. They have to just give it.
Yeah, this is not one that you try.
Oh, good smite.
So it was a interesting idea for the Misfortune to try to use her ultimate to take that, but because she locks herself in place, Blitzcrank just throw a hook where the bullets are coming from. She ended up having to burn her flash. So
yeah, slap that Ashe. At least was able to flash out of there. Doesn't hand over another kill, but hey, great job by the Anivia there to find that initial stun onto Amumu to force him out of the fight. Alien Roll sneaks up behind the Sylas, allows them to pick him off. But Sylas going for the Spectre's Cowl, looking like he is going to go for a Spirit Massage. It's going to be a lot of magic resist on this.
Maokai finally picks up his own Spectre Cowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate the Maokai build outside of the boots. I think there's really no way you can justify not going for Mercury Treads in this game.
You can't. The fact that all 4 of the members that you would have to deal with that are magic damage also have a pretty good long-range crowd control effect. I definitely wouldn't want to deal with that.
You know, one thing I want to point out and kind of question right now, thus far, nothing about the Ivern pick has really jumped out to me yet as saying this is a premier support. You know, it's obviously a comfort pick, but I want to see if in these later
stolen by the Sylas. They are looking for the engagement here. Sylas does not have flash. Double TPs from top in the mid lane. Maokai is going to get dropped on. He does probably drop here. He does survive for a little bit longer, but now 3-man ultimate from the Sylas to get onto the Caitlyn does take her down, as well as the Blitzcrank. 3 for none. Anivia is here into the middle of the fight, kind of out of position here. She needs to find a way to get out of here. She is rooted up, so they are going to be able to collapse onto her and take her down with her stacks. Now down to 0.
There go the stacks.
And this is the part where you probably are going to sell that Mage Eyes.
Yep, they're pinging Baron. However, Malphite is up. Malphite has ult. Malphite has flash. Malphite has smite.
And that's a Night
Malphite
Harvester.
is a level up on the Amumu. There is potential here for a Baron Steam.
He's going to look for it. They are calling it. He does have vision. He does know that they are on it. He does see that they are at around half.
Can he get vision again, though?
He isn't going to be able to get vision again. I think he doesn't have any wards in his inventory. He's going to have to do this blind. It's at
Here comes
3K,
Blitzcrank.
3K, 2K,
oh,
1K. He has to go in. Amumu does take the Baron. They are going to be able to get it and walk away with that.
Yeah. Great job by Team Zenigma. Bouncing back. Zenigma Shadowfire bouncing back. They now have the gold lead. I want to credit Goreclaw there. He stole the Malphite ult very early in that fight, and he didn't get tempted and just immediately blow it on the Maokai that kind of TP'd into a bad spot. He was patient and waited until Team Defiant got a little bit lax, and he was able to land the big 3-man.
Oh no, now Amumu is going to go in onto the Blitzcrank. Does get a nice ultimate onto Caitlyn as well. She will be able to push herself away, but Blitzcrank will die for her sins.
Yeah, that's 2 times in a row now. Team Defiant has gotten engaged on when Anivia was not there. The whole way they make this work is to have them have to jump into Anivia's ultimate, at which point it can get difficult. But if Anivia is not there, it's not very difficult for Zenigma to finally engage.
Yeah, now's where the part where Team Defiant starts panicking a little bit. They need to keep their nerves, keep their cool. They still have Ocean Soul win condition in 2 minutes, in under a minute now. So
Zenigma has positioned themselves to make this game become theirs, to win this game. But you're right. They weren't able to get that last dragon. If Ocean Soul goes over to Team Defiant, you have to think that might be insurmountable. But if there was ever a time for Zenigma to be able to win a dragon fight, it's in this next 40-second period.
Mhm.
Ultimate's up on everyone but a Mumu, but looks like a Mumu will be up in time.
So Silas is
Yep.
in the top lane. He does have teleport against the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn is just trying to clear it out. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Maokai is dealing with the Nico. This is really... Oh no, Silas flash engage onto the Caitlyn and gets blown up.
Yep.
Blitzcrank also
Ultimate's
used his
on
hook.
every
He's
player
going to get
in the
engaged on
game.
by this Nico. Is going to be dropped very quickly. He is able to survive. The TP does come out from the Silas onto the Ivern's Daisy. That's what it was called.
Should be Dragon.
So that is...
I don't think there's a chance for a steal here.
Yeah, so that is Aileron roll a little bit out of position there. Does end up using the flash and ultimate. I do not agree with this engagement. They are down members. They don't have their Caitlyn or their Blitzcrank. They are going to be throwing away this team fight right here. Malphite Salter is taken again from the Silas. Does engage onto the Anivia. Mumu flashes in and guts the ultimate off onto her and will be taken down again.
Yeah. Zenigma keeps finding those team fights.
Oh, but Malphite does engage onto the Ivern. They don't even blow him up instantly. Blitzcrank will be taking that kill for himself.
Yep. Well, the tables have turned. Zenigma firmly in control now with a 4K gold lead. Silas with the completed Spirit Visage. Amumu just completed his Randuin's Omen. Misfortune has 2 items now. It's just gotten extremely difficult for the side of Team Defiant. And without that tank line, like we were talking about, because even Blitzcrank himself went for the Shirelia's battle song as opposed to the Locket. That's a lot of squishy members on the side of Team Defiant. I don't know how they can survive the burst when Goreclaw continually finds a good engage.
Well, not even just Goreclaw. Amumu's also been getting pretty good bandage tosses into 2-3 members for his ultimate.
Definitely. And Nico's been able to follow that up well herself. Their team just feels to me, Zenigma feels to me like they're just kind of more on the same page right now. They're more coordinated at the moment. Ever since we got past that 20-minute mark, it seems like they've really just kind of figured it out, and everything has been on the same page.
Well, so now here everybody's trying to complete their next items before the next team fight happens. Baron in 1.5, Dragon in 3. So with the comp that Team Defiant has, they can look for picks with the Blitzcrank, especially with Shirelia's to be able to zoom everybody to keep up with them. Here they should be looking for a pick. He should be trying to look for a pick, but they're not going to be able to.
Nico has teleport, but is in the side lane with Maokai also having teleport. Yeah, when Blitzcrank's in the game, I think it's never over. One good Blitzcrank pull can always bring it back together, but he's going to have to land a critical one.
Maokai is getting beaten up by this Nico. Doesn't even get his passive to proc. Is going to get dropped by Nico. Yeah, Eleanor roll, I love you, my dude, but just build tank, dude. you don't have to be special.
He has
does
the
get
Malphite ult.
does have
the
the Malphite
Caitlyn.
ult. Does get onto the Caitlyn. Caitlyn is able to escape. So with Malphite, he had to use his ult defensively, and now Anivia is stuck. She doesn't have her ultimate, her flash does go into the egg form and will eventually be dropped by the Amumu and Nico.
Yeah.
Oh, and Silas got Caitlyn. She's going to go dropped now.
That's big. Oh, and there's the Iron Shield. Yep. Man, that hurts his Malphite when you have to ult away from the fight. And when you're playing full AP, I almost question if it's not just better to suicide yourself to get that perfect AP ultimate.
Well, so he also went Lichbane, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I think you want to just go for the maximum just burst damage on the ultimate.
Like, if anything, you could go for a Void Staff.
Yeah.
Because, you're dealing with the Amumu, who's going tank. Mind you, he's going armor, but he has magic resistance. Silas went full MR after his Mythic. Nico has a Verdant as well. Uh, so Lichbane is useful for when you're able to constantly throw out spells in between your auto attacks, and Malphite is not a champion that does that.
Yeah.
So
I
I
think
I
he's
don't agree with the
potentially just looking
choice.
to get that extra damage on the clap, but I agree as well. I think when you're playing full AP Malphite, you just need to fully commit to just being a like rocket when that
One and done.
ultimate hits. Yeah. You're acknowledging, you're going in, doing your max damage, and you might die. That's fine. But what needs to happen is that ultimate provided enough for your team to win the rest of the fight. Blitzcrank caught out here.
Does get dropped by the Nico.
Yeah.
Wait, did I see who? I thought I heard an ignite go off. Oh, but now the Maokai is caught by
Oof.
the Amumu's bandage toss, and they will be able to pick up their second Ocean Dragon of the game.
Yeah. Another Ocean Dragon. They have Baron for a little while longer. Can look to push. Meanwhile, Goreclaw's been pushing this whole time. Picks up a turret. He's going to start threatening that next turret.
Oh,
Amumu
Amumu with the
flash.
flash bandage toss and does get the ultimate off. Now the Nico will be able to flash as well. Does the Anivia actually does get away from them?
Oh. Malphite ulting away again. I think they could trade the Amumu there potentially.
Yeah, like you kind of have to resign yourself at that point to just be like, okay, I need to just go in. Another option for full AP Malphite is actually Zanya's. So that way,
Yeah,
after you go in and you need your team to, follow up with that, you can give them an extra like 2 or 3 seconds with that Zanya's.
definitely.
And for a Blitzcrank and a Maokai, that is enough time for them to get to you.
2 inhibitors falling.
Silas stole the Malphite ultimate again. Caitlyn does not have flash. Anivia does not have flash. They can be engaged on very easily. Does get a lot of binding and damages onto the Maokai. Does get dropped immediately. Silas does get onto the Caitlyn even without the Malphite ultimate actually connecting onto her. Does Zanya's from the Anivia's stun and will be able to escape. And with that, 4 for none have already dropped, and that will be the end of game 1. Zenigma Shadowfire winning this game after a rough start in the early game.
Yeah, like it looked great for Team Defiant. Starting out, you had shutdowns on Anivia, you had shutdown on Caitlyn, on Malphite. They were finding all the right plays, but at the same time, the one thing we were worried about was Silas was really bullying the Maokai. And it ultimately showed that he was able to impact those fights. He was able to carry those fights. And, I think both teams can look to try to bounce back in this game too. Zenigma can look to kind of keep the momentum. I think they want to probably draft a similar comp. They executed the team fight comp exceptionally well. And I think if you're the side team Defiant, you got advantages purely off your laning in the bot side of the map. You had solo kills in the mid lane. You reacted well in the bot lane. Bird found good early Malphite ults.
Yeah, so
But that top lane just really got out of control. And I think you just got to get Alien Roll. We know how great of a rock he can be for this team. I think you got to, and they obviously banned the Cho'Gath against him because he's so great at it. You got to try to pick a Scion. I think that he was performing really well on last week. Maybe draft the Ornn earlier. I think you just need something up there to bolster, just be a tank and just bolster your
like
team.
he can even just run back the Maokai, but just build tank like Merc Trends. Merc Trends is your boots. Spirit Visage as your first item. If this is the same exact, if they were to run this back, just have Maokai build tank, and then you actually have a front line.
Yeah. I really think that was mostly what was lacking there for them was they struggled to win those mid-game team fights. Credit partly because of how well Zenigma was playing the team fights, but also just because no one on that team built in a way that could survive the burst of a full AP Malphite ult coming out of Silas or a really good Amumu ult into the Nico. And it's going to be hard to survive that no matter what. But we saw at that one dragon fight they did win, despite all the ultimates coming through. It was because the Anivia was able to be peeled. The Anivia was able to stay alive.
Right.
But hey,
We are going
coming
to take
back
a
at
quick
you.
break. We will be back in just a couple of minutes while we get the next game set up. Don't go anywhere, everybody. All right, sorry for that, folks. We are back already with Game Two's draft underway. So we do see a few adjustments from Defiant. We do
Silas
see the
banned.
Silas ban.
Yeah, that kind of had to happen. There's no other way to put it. Silas, Goreclaw, and the Silas. I mean, their whole team played well, but Goreclaw and the Silas is really who I'd have to say initially turned those fights. Ooh, but Zenigma counters themselves with a quick Orn ban, really trying to deny Alien World the ability to get one of his premier tanks. But if I'm the side of Team Defiant, like I said at the end of that last game, I think you attempt to pretty much run it back, just draft a bit more of a front line somewhere.
Yeah, like
Or take the Nico for yourself, because Alien World is a good Nico player, and if he wants to play a damaged top laner, that'd be the one for him to go to. And you'd be sealing it away from Zenigma, who piloted fairly well, despite being into the Anivia, where he had a little bit of trouble. But Blitzcrank's the first pick. Definitely just kind of showing that that is D-Brew's comfort. That's what he wants to play. I thought he had some good hooks, but then there was a very large periods of the game where we weren't really calling out his name very much. I think if you're going back to the Blitzcrank, he has to try to get a little more impact this time around. Get a couple bigger hooks.
so. One of the things that I love about Blitzcrank is somewhat similar that Alistar has, where you can abuse Hex Flash a lot. Because you can queue up your hook with the Hex Flash. So as you're flashing, you immediately hook, and it will go from wherever you Hex Flashed to.
Yeah.
And so either they have to have something that blocks it, or you have to miss, because
Right.
you don't have enough of a reaction time usually for a Blitzcrank that's effectively flashed on top of you to dodge his hook.
All right. Otherwise, drafts looking the same. Blitzcrank Caitlyn coming out again. Nico Iron coming out again. However, this time around, Beta Lynx dropping his patented Anivia, which I thought he performed well on, just deciding, even though he solo killed the Nico like at least once, maybe twice, he decides, I want the Vel'Koz this time around. I also think it's a similar situation in which the Vel'Koz can outrange the Nico, can bully her early, and, once again, it's two high-range backline carries for the side of Team Defiant, but hey, misfortune comes again. Zenigma's just looking to grab that team fighting comp, it looks like. I think if you're the side of Team Defiant, you got to ban away the Amumu this time, because other than the Amumu's one play where he got hooked under the turret in the bot lane and gave up first blood, had a pretty clean game overall, and was landing big ultimates as well. And I just don't think you can justify giving that again when you're having enough trouble last time. So I would think ban the Rammus, which I don't think's bad either. But I think you got to ban the Rammus and the Amumu this time around. And on the side of Zenigma, once again, it's another ban targeted at Alien Role. They're picking on him. They're saying, what are you going to play now? I mean, like, they've stolen his Nico. They've triple banned him. They might be trying to push him back towards the Maokai.
Yeah, because he built very weirdly in that last game.
And once again, with last pick, they can counter pick him. So they're banning away these tanks that are pretty blind pickable. They have counters, but fairly blind pickable. You can pick a Scion and be useful. And they're daring him to pick something, and I imagine they're going to hold that last pick for Goreclaw, because he really blew that game open purely off his laning. And the Zac ban that was banned in the first rotation last time falls to a second rotation ban this time around. And yeah, Team Defiant, one more ban. You gotta think it's gotta be the Amumu. I can't think of anything else worthwhile.
Okay, so the Zac is actually a Malphite ban.
All right. Zac turns out to be a Malphite ban. Gotta wonder what's going on there. Maybe we forgot about that last second, but
but we do actually see the Amumu ban.
So the Amumu ban comes through.
Good.
That was mandatory. I just don't think you can justify giving that away. So Malphite banned instead of the Zac. Honestly, maybe Team Defiant wants the Zac. They didn't ban it. It'd be another good engage. I think you need something there. The Malphite, if he likes just doing these champions that just rush in, Zac's similar to the Malphite. You kind of just jump in on him, but heck, a powerful pick that fell all the way through the draft. That's gonna be big. You gotta wonder, what is Bird gonna attempt to pick into the Hecarim now, and what is Alien Role going to blind pick here? The Gnar.
No, okay.
I like that. It's a strong pick on the patch. It does have counter picks, but they're typically pretty challenging champions. Things like the Aurelia, things like
So,
Camille you could try, and the Lilia.
okay, so with Lilia jungle, I feel like it's the same as if you were to pick a Nidalee jungle. You need a lane that can help you set up with an instant engage, like a Twisted Fate for mid, Renekton, or something to that effect for top lanes.
Wukong. I
I
like the
don't,
Wukong pick here.
I,
That's definitely you don't like it, or do you like it?
I don't really like the Wukong pick here.
Really?
Um, like yes, he can engage onto the Gnar, but uh, he gets pretty beat up throughout this entire laning phase.
It
So,
might be a bit of him saying, "You weren't able to beat me last game." It might just be a confidence pick. It might just be saying, "You're not going to bully me enough."
I mean, I like people picking Wukong, just not here.
I think he's definitely maybe. There's definitely a
He's probably
better
feeling
pick in the
himself.
Gnar
He's probably
probably. There's
feeling
definitely like
himself.
I could counter Gnar a little bit harder, but Wukong can definitely still win this matchup if he gets ahead, if he fights at the right times, if he doesn't get abused too hard early by the Gnar, and at the end of the day, it's just another great ultimate to throw into the team fight. And Zenigma to me just comes across as a really selfless team. There's probably a better lane counter he could pick, but he's picking still a champion that gives him agency that he can take over with, but is definitely playing for the team as well for the ultimate. And back to the side of Defiant, the Lilia. I like the Lilia pick here. I mean, gives them a little more engage option if they can land a sleep onto one of the carries. It's a lot of carries that can potentially get blown up pretty quickly, and if the Lilia lands a sleep, Blitzcrank should have an easy follow-up. But otherwise, I think it's going to be similar to last game. I think it's going to come down to can the backline carries of Team Defiant, the Vel'Koz and the Caitlyn, stay alive? Can they get out damage? Can they avoid getting blown up from the quick engage of Zenigma? And we're going to have to just kind of watch and see.
So I'm looking at Zenigma's draft, and I do like it, but I definitely do want to see Hecarim go the tank build, not the Triforce or Sunderer build in this one. You need to be the front line with Wukong, and since there's enough magic damage, because Wukong is for physical damage, Hecarim needs to help him out in the front line.
Yeah, Tank Hecarim has been a very popular build as of late. You see a lot of the professional junglers taking the Chem Tank speed up item with Phase Rush, and it's doing a lot of work even at that level. Excited to, but I still think Damage Hecarim is viable in itself. So I'm excited to see what Mephisto chooses to show us here, and I'm excited to see Alien roll on the Gnar. I'm curious to see what he goes for. If he attempts to go for, you'd have to imagine probably a pretty standard Gnar build, but there is some creativity. Some people like going for a pretty damagey attack, speed, split push Gnar build. I have to imagine with the rest of his team, he kind of just needs to be that engage, that front line, can tank a little bit of damage, can look to get a big ultimate. And, I bet he's looking to bounce back here after that last game.
Yeah, and I definitely want to see the Blitzcrank actually make a real impact on this game. I want to see him going for hooks, even if it doesn't always work out for him. I want to see him actually put that a little bit of extra effort in. I want to see him go in there and be like, "Hey, I can hook you. I'm going to hook you."
Yeah, one thing last game, they got the first turret bot lane, so they were pushed up a lot as you generally are in Caitlyn lanes, and they're playing into the same lane again, so we could expect to see that happen. I think there's potential opportunities for Blitzcrank to even roam a little bit. Look to go mid lane, look to punish the Nico potentially, move around the jungle with the Lilia maybe even a little. I think that's something that supports below a certain level of play don't always do as well. And I think Blitzcrank's one of the best. I mean, like if he shows up in the lane and get a hook on the Nico, that's a pretty guaranteed kill. So I'd like to see if they're just shoving again instead of just kind of sitting there under the turret, just kind of just standing around with the Caitlyn. Look to kind of make an impact either in the lane or around the rest of the map.
Okay. Yeah, I do actually have to favor Zenigma's draft with this game. It, so Defiant, it looked like they picked a bunch of their comfort champions again, but the champions that they picked are like high execution based champions, whereas Enigma's they have two very deep backline dives with Wukong and Hecarim. The Nico can
Right.
follow that up as secondary engage if she can get a good ultimate. And Misfortune is safe from pretty much everybody except from like maybe the Gnar. Uh, like in a full 5-on-5 team fight. Um,
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the ease of execution is definitely leaning towards Enigma once again a little bit. But Team Defiant, that was a close game despite it falling apart a little bit at the end. They had a lead. They had 3 dragons to none. They were in a position to win that game. It just slightly fell apart in the mid game. They had a couple rough team fights in a row, and then after a while, it just was kind of the lead became insurmountable. But if they grab those kind of leads again through their laning like they did last game, and if top lane can just manage to, be a little closer this time, I see a world in which they are able to just take that momentum like they had last game and just carry it through this time, carry it through to a win, carry it through to just quickly getting a Dragon Soul.
I don't really have much else to say in this game. I hope we get another banger
Yeah, I'm just excited to watch it. We got some shout outs for Vel'Koz in the chat. I also love
from a
watching
very
Vel'Koz. Definitely a fun one. Hopefully he can put on a show for all of us Vel'Koz lovers out there.
yeah, Shadow. I mean Spectre. Wink. Um, loves his Vel'Koz. Uh, when is Bronze 5 Age going to come back? That's a good question. But as we get into the game, chat, who do you think is going to win? Defiant to take back a game and go into a uh, final showdown for Game 3, or will Zenigma Shadowfire on the red side take Game 2? Let's find out. All right, pause at 10 seconds.
Got it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Very quick loading screen that
Oh
time
no!
around.
Oh no!
Oh,
Hecarim didn't
what?
buy items.
Oh, you have to hope one of his teammates lets him know that he noticed.
Yeah, they know it. They got him on that one. Oh,
That could definitely have been
okay. Goreclaw
less
taking
than
a
ideal.
bunch of damage on that one.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out, this doesn't necessarily indicate how Hecarim's going to build, but he opted to go for Predator as opposed to kind of the more popular Phase Rush option right now. And that kind of leads me to believe he might actually end up going for more of a damage build and look to just get that extremely fast one-shot
I mean,
potential with his E.
he can still go the tank build because it goes into
Yeah,
uh chem tank. So
yeah,
he will be the fastest horse in the West.
definitely. Vel'Koz with Barrier. I think that's pretty standard. Nico with the teleport again. Have to track how if she can get some kind of advantage through having the teleport. Everything else looking pretty standard though. Nothing's really jumping out, and it looks like we're gonna have a much more standard start this time around. No crazy jungle shenanigans.
Yep. I like nice and calm. It means my lungs have a rest.
Where do you predict we might see a first blood this game?
Mid lane.
Okay.
Because Nico is going to mess up her W, and because of that, Vel'Koz will be able to get his W off. Or no, sorry,
Okay.
the E.
All right. We have one call out for a early
Oh!
Vel'Koz first blood. Big hook!
Big hook gets a flash immediately. That's hot.
Alright, do you want to reconsider
Nope.
that?
Nope.
Oh, Vel'Koz showing why. Getting some good damage down. Hey, you kind of called out deeper. You said I want to see an impact hook early this game, and there's one right there. Blows his flash, blows Misfortune's flash extremely early.
Pretty quiet otherwise. Everybody's just, we big chillin' right now. Since that flash got burned, Misfortune has to play even safer.
Yeah.
I would want to see the Blitzcrank actually look for a flash hook. Just to get that big boy advantage.
Yeah. You'd think a flash hook would probably result in a kill. They do still have
Oh, but we
flash
do have a gank
exhaust
happening in
and
the top
hyper
lane,
shields.
looking like. Oh, but I love this from Aileron Roll. He actually shoved in the wave super hard, and is actually backing off. I love that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw him do this last week.
Yes, we did.
On another game, get that early shoving back. And I think you can already tell he's much more comfortable this time around in the lane. I think just the fact that he was running out of mana so heavily last game and just could never get that early push, you can really tell that he's more comfortable, which is good to see.
Oh, we do have Hecarim in the river bush in mid lane. Nico is up at the top half of that.
Collapse on to Lilia. Wukong is moving down.
Yeah, they're going to have to give up that scuttle. A little bit of damage.
Don't look like they want to, though.
Gnar is here. They do get the smite off. Now they got to run away. Wukong has his Conqueror almost fully stacked, I believe. They will be able to escape. Vel'Koz now is in a little bit of trouble.
As a fast horse.
This isn't even his top speed.
Ultimately, nothing too crazy, but Lilia choosing to fight for that ends up letting Hecarim get the double crab, and that definitely feels good for him. I think sometimes junglers get in these positions where they've kind of game planned that they're pathing to a certain crab, and then they get into a state of denial and don't want to admit that going for one crab's not the best idea. Whereas maybe just quickly running for the other one might be the play, but
it's like, no,
in the end, it just allows Hecarim to get both. Now, I'm not adding anyone in particular here, Caged Reaper, but yeah, Hecarim with a big lead and a big gank coming in.
Oh, flashes to try to get the Caitlyn, but kind of misses it a little bit.
Well, it was a good flash by Caitlyn. Kind of predicted what he was going to go for there, and with her very quick flash, was able to just get pushed kind of to a safer position. I like Mephisto kind of going for that there, though. Now, their ADC also does not have flash, so it gives your bot lane a little more comfort, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Misfortune's flash is 1/3 of the way from coming back up. So that'll be available for her during this upcoming dragon fight in a minute or two.
Yeah. Big CS lead top lane for Alien Roll this time around.
Yeah,
he's 12 CS lead right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's up to the Wukong for this matchup. He didn't even get any armor items with his first buy, so he's just getting all this poke. Aileron Roll just needs to keep building what CS he has. He's only going to be up by about like 7 or 8 with Wukong picking up these. But still, that's good for him. CS lead in the mid lane. Very even for the bottom lane.
And I like to see Alien Roll going with the early tabbies.
Ooh,
big
engage, but now we do have a TP coming in from the
Nico has ult.
Nico does have ultimate. Caitlyn does use her heal, but she doesn't get out of the ultimate just quite. Blitzcrank does not have his hook either, and Vel'Koz is now on the bottom side with the Vel'Koz. He does actually gamer sense that Hecarim was in there.
The Spidey senses were tingling there for Vel'Koz.
I feel
I'm not just checking into the Hecarim.
It's like, I feel the disturbance of the force. No, I feel the disturbance in the bush.
They are going to see that the dragon's being taken, but I don't think they can really do anything about it.
Oh, Wukong is 6. and Gnar will not be able to get to his 6, and that will be first blood to the Wukong. Now we do actually see
Oh, big damage on the
big ultimate.
Vel'Koz.
Now Wukong does actually teleport in without any
He has
mana.
no flash, no mana.
No flash, no mana, no ultimate. He's just working on with his
He has Conqueror though.
He's got all 6 stacks now. He does have it maxed out for the Conqueror. Caitlyn is trying to keep his team alive as best as he can, but will be able to get 3 kills in total for this Wukong. That is a monster of a Wukong now. Gnar has no chance in the lane.
That feels bad. He's caught up in CS, has the 3-kill advantage.
So I think that the best item for Wukong to go in this matchup is Gore Drinker. Yeah, he's going to get the Iron Whip here. Oh no, okay, yeah, that goes out of Gore Drinker. Okay, yeah. So he's going to be going Gore Drinker. He didn't go for the Iron Whip spike thing. I don't know what these names are.
Yeah.
I know what they're supposed to do. But he will be able to pick up the Phage, which is decent, since it helps him recover HP when he does damage in this top lane. I think it's to just champions. Yes, it's just to champions. So that'll help out his passive a bit while he's dealing with the Gnar.
Everywhere else looking, pretty normal still. Less than a 1k gold lead to the side of Zenigma, but this time around they get the first dragon. The tempo is in their favor early this time, and it's going to be on Team Defiant to look to make a bit of a comeback in this game.
So
far from out of reach, though.
I know this is supposed to be your job. Oh, hold up. We got a fight happening in the bot lane. We do actually get a catch onto the Blitzcrank. He doesn't have a flash, so he will be going down to the Misfortune. And that will be a one and done for this Blitzcrank. Will now be coming back later and will be sadder still.
Yep. Hecarim with another nice gank.
But as I was going to say, so I do like the Ninja Tabbies from Gnar. I don't care what they're supposed to be called. Does get a flash in the mid lane. Now Hecarim is onto the Vel'Koz. Hecarim does
Only
not have his
5.
ultimate just yet. So he's taking that. He's got to take that L and just walk away. Gnar will have to mega RAR his opponent away from him. Doesn't want to deal with that. Wukong is pretty strong. But as I was saying for top lane for Boots, I do like the Ninja Tabbies from the Gnar. I disagree with it from the Wukong. I understand that you are against a Gnar who's going to be doing a lot of physical damage, but with the Lilia and Vel'Koz doing a very large amount of magic damage that you will be dealing with more, you need to be able to sustain against that. Your passive will be able to help against the Gnar, so you don't have to worry about that. You should have gone for the Merc Trends as not just for the magic damage, but also as a 2-for-1. It'll reduce crowd control effects that will happen, even if it's just the slow and not the sleep.
Lilia on a ward. Hecarim might just actually gank her.
Do actually get the ultimate onto Lilia. Hecarim does have his flash up and available. He does flash onto her and will actually get dropped. Oh, and he does eventually to the Lilia's burning passive. Vel'Koz, however, is jumped onto by both the Wukong and the Lilia. Gnar is trying to TP and try to get one of these.
Close to Mega.
But will not be able to get either of these, and that will be a 1-for-1 effectively.
Yep, good job to get the Hecarim back, but then, yeah, when you're playing something like the Vel'Koz and you don't have Flash, it's very, very hard to stay alive from a Wukong, a Hecarim, the Nico ultimate. But
so Hecarim is going Trinity Force.
Alright.
Oh no. Wait.
No.
No, that's Trinity Force. Because the
Yeah.
because the Heartbound loop is
True.
Or Heartbound Axe, I guess it is. Heartbound
Yeah,
Axe.
the Hearthbound axe.
Gives movement speed on damage. So we will be seeing
Yeah,
that.
definitely playing for a pretty damagey Hecarim build, which I think's fine.
Oh, we do
This
got to
game,
get into the top lane. Does push the Gnar back into the tower. Does end up burning the flash. Gnar wasn't quite mega yet. But
yeah, the E was on a very long cooldown
good
there. Could
response
not
from
use
Team
that.
Defiant. They are going for that dragon. Gnar, you
Yeah,
do not have your Q. You need to back away. You do not have pressure.
good job by Team Defiant to answer back with a dragon. And we have the Infernal Rift. That feels bad for the Gnar. Less ultimate opportunities potentially in the jungle, but that would add a lot of damage to someone like the Vel'Koz if they
Wait,
could eventually pick
Aileron
that
roll,
up.
what are you doing? Okay, Aileron roll, please, please, for the love of God, back. The Wukong has flash.
Wukong with potential kill pressure here if
Oh, and
Gnar
Nico's
elects to stay with.
drop!
Ooh! Nice job by the Vel'Koz. Disintegrated the Nico right where she stood.
What was it called? Life Force Disintegration Ray?
Yep, something like that.
Life Form Disintegration Ray. Nico trying to deal with the Wukong as best as she can, just keeping it alive until Gnar comes back up top lane. He should be here in time for the next wave, and Lilia is backing.
Yep. You know, Vel'Koz again able to get in a good position. Beta links the mid laner for Team Defiant. Bot lane a little more even this time around, though. In the favor of Zenigma this time around, whereas last game, the Caitlyn had a bit of a lead.
Oh, Wukong goes on to the Gnar. He does use his first part of the ultimate, and now the Blitzcrank in the bottom lane does get hit up by the Ivern's passive. Now Gnar is looking to go in, does actually get the flash away from the Gnar just before, and it actually wouldn't have stunned him. It would have pushed him away. Kind of messed up that one for Gnar there.
Good flash by the Wukong, though, to just avoid the
Just
possibility
avoid
of getting stunned into the wall right there. And I think the Rift Hero got dropped just after 14 minutes, so no plates actually were picked up for the bottom lane of Zenigma.
Oh, we do have a flash on the
oh!
Vel'Koz. Now Nico is trying to get onto this Vel'Koz, does actually keep him there. Now Vel'Koz is just using his ultimate to try to do as much damage as he can to the Nico. The Nico will be able to survive because of a level up.
Oh, so close. Hecarim is just everywhere, it feels like, right now.
Yeah, Predator Boots, man. Horse goes zoom.
Yeah, it's overall, though, a fairly quiet game. There seems to be a kill every now and then when Hecarim seems to want to show up and make a play. But ultimately, I think it's just going to come down to these next probably 1 or 2 dragon fights will really kind of just decide which team's going to kind of just grab the momentum and just kind of run away with this.
Yeah, so one of the things that I actually do kind of like about this game, like while there are a lot of fights, it's nowhere near as Fiesta-like.
Nico TP's bot here.
Oh, she does actually get the snare onto the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank will barely be pushed away. Does he actually get the hook onto the Nico? And Caitlyn will be able to pick that one up onto her. Meanwhile, top lane, Wukong does go in onto the Gnar, does try to get the kill onto him, but he will be able to survive. Now Lilia does go onto the Wukong, does try to get as much damage as he can, but Gnar will be able to pick up a
big shutdown.
I think I just saw 1,000 gold shut. Oh, sorry, 600 gold shutdown.
No, 600.
600, okay.
Still big.
Still
and that
big.
Definitely helped the Gnar out. That actually, he's now only down 800 gold in the lane, which is still significant. Ooh, Wukong with the double phage buy. You have to think that's a misclick.
That's a misclick.
Hopefully he realizes that before he leaves the shop.
I mean, technically the second one will build into a Sterix gauge anyways, but like...
You need to complete an item at this point.
You need to complete an item, yeah, because the passives...
Oh no, he leaves the shop without realizing it. That is unfortunate for him there. But I want to point out, You know, for a 2-on-4 there, nice hook by the Blitzcrank to give your Caitlyn a kill and to trade at least something back there. And then great job by Bird on the Lilia to recognize, all right, you're going to send everybody down there? Hey, no, hey, Wukong, you're by yourself this time around. And to get that shutdown to help get her top laner back in the game. With that gold, Alien Roll is able to complete his Stride Breaker. That will help him out a lot. And we're gearing up for a dragon in the next 10 seconds. Hecarim's here again, though. Crucially, Vel'Koz has both barrier and flash for this fight. With those summoners available, you'd have to think he has the potential to win. A fight going on in the top lane while the rest of the teams gear up for the dragon.
Also, Gnar actually did complete his...
There's the flash from Vel'Koz.
Oh, we do actually have the Nico gets dropped.
Still has
Vel'Koz
barrier.
is still trying to survive, does use the barrier, does survive the...
Good peel.
Wukong does actually end up getting the kill onto the Gnar in the top lane. Will be able to trade that back and be able to take up the top lane, I believe.
Yep.
But that will be the second Drake going to Defiant.
Yep, so 2 kills picked up for Defiant to be able to get the second dragon. Great job by them there. But at the same time, man, Goreclaw has just been an absolute beast this series. Continually finding kills, continually creating his own pressure. And it looks like, unless Alienor wants to commit his TP here, Goreclaw might be able to get the turret,
no,
but
Goreclaw
he's just
should
gonna
just back away.
mana.
He doesn't have
yeah,
mana.
Lily's heading up there. Good call by
Good
him
play.
not to get greedy and not to stay around.
Oh, but hold up. They might actually get the bottom lane tower here, and they do.
Ooh,
Defiant get it
big.
again.
Yep. 2 games in a row, the Caitlyn pick, getting early lead, getting pressure, getting that first turret. And yeah, Caitlyn picked up 2 kills, or 1 kill in that fight. She had the 1 kill earlier, but she's on herself to shut down now. Has the completed Kraken Slayer, is backing with 1,200 gold here, able to pick up a Kirkus Shard, how do you say that, for her next item.
Kirche.
Yeah, Kirche probably going for the rapid fire cannon, I'd have to imagine. Lilia has her completed Leandries, and gold is dang near dead even with a 300 gold favor, 400 gold inside of Team Defiant. But good team fighting around the dragon has kind of brought them back into this, and they're looking for a Rift Herald.
Yeah, there's the Gore Drinker from the Wukong, finally.
Yeah.
He is going to be going for the Sterix Gauge, as I said earlier. Oh, but the Baron... The Baron is summoned just before they can finish
It didn't seem like they were really keeping track of the timer there because the Rift Herald was about half health still. So a little unfortunate for them there. They weren't able to ultimately pick that up. But... Oh,
Hecarim does get onto the Vel'Koz. He doesn't actually get the ultimate off onto them. Nico will be able to get her ultimate off onto 3.
He's not touched.
Vel'Koz is able to get his ultimate off, but the Misfortune onto the back of it. Now the Blitzcrank is going to be caught out on that one, and that will be a 3-for-1. Now that Lilia has to use her ultimate just to survive the onslaught of the Wukong.
Yep. Caitlyn was not there for that fight. She went top lane to go push the wave while the rest of the team went mid, and ultimately kind of just, there wasn't really much of a chance there. Vel'Koz got out good damage, but without Flash, there's really no way to survive a Wukong and a Hecarim both diving.
And a Nico. And a Nico.
Yeah, and a Nico. I don't even think the Nico ult hit that time.
The Nico did not hit.
And still wasn't able to survive because the Wukong eventually got there. And Goreclaw, 5-1-3 on the Wukong, 8 of 11 KP, has the completed Gore Drinker, forces another flash out from Lilia.
Yeah, they didn't know if he had his ultimate or not, and that could have been an instant death from her. Very defensive
just as
flash.
quickly as Defiant had the gold lead, they lose it. And Zenigma's back up on top with about a 2k gold lead now.
Yeah, a lot of shutdowns went over to them.
Yep.
Oh my
Still
God.
deathless this game, both the AD carries. Oh!
Ooh, another flash force. Oh no! Oh, Blitzcrank thought he got the real one. Oh no.
Good use of the clone there by Goreclaw to really confuse the Blitzcrank, but yeah, another flash blown. When Wukong just appearing on the screen can blow flashes, it makes it so difficult to ultimately be able to win team fights.
Yeah, Ivern is now in the top lane to help make sure that the Wukong stays healthy. Vel'Koz hitting up this Misfortune. Oh, and they do actually get a nice engage for the Wukong onto this Caitlyn. She will be going down, and now Blitzcrank is soon to follow shortly after with the exhaust helping to make sure he stays there. The Wukong does try to actually do what damage he can, and they will be able to take it thanks to the minions coming down, and he goes down as well. So,
Doorclaw moves to 7-1-3.
So
if it wasn't hard enough to deal with him, when you put an Ivern shield on there, it just almost becomes impossible, it feels like.
So there was like a little like really clever thing that I saw there. So the Ivern used his E to give the Wukong the entrance towards Caitlyn without them knowing it. He actually just landed it on a minion, and then Wukong just went to that and then E to her.
Hey, when you play as much Ivern as Only Plays Trees does, you're going to know all the little mechanics.
That's like the.
That's cool that you were able to notice that and point that one out.
That's kind of like the Scion Senna play that I saw from the LEC a few weeks back. Just
looking for
just a different
solo
generation.
kill.
But Hecarim
Here
is going to
comes
come charging at this boy. We'll get an assist for his troubles.
Unsure if the onslaught was ultimately needed, but adds a little style. But without these ultimates,
oh wait a minute, hold up. Lilia actually had her ultimate eaten by the Nico clone. Now they're trying to get as much damage as they can with the Vel'Koz ultimate, and now the Hecarim is going to be able to help take care of the Lilia. Now the Wukong is going onto the backline, does that interrupt the Vel'Koz ultimate, and will be able to take down Caitlyn. Now it's just the Vel'Koz remaining, and now it is a 5-for-0 wipe for Zenigma Shadowfire to put themselves in a 6k gold advantage.
Yeah, Zenigma puts themselves in a firm position to be able to close this game out and move on to the finals. It's looking like, you don't want to count Team Defiant out completely yet. I mean, anything can happen. But it's looking like right now, Zenigma is in prime position to pick up the Baron within the next few minutes. And then with that, you'd have to imagine they can ultimately siege down and look to end the game, because I just don't see how anyone right now is going to kill the Gore Drinker, Sterix Gauge, Wukong when you add on Ivern shields. Yeah.
Yeah, and while it's looking more and more likely that Zenigma is going to be winning this match, I do want to praise Defiant, not even just in this series, because they've been playing really well despite like this gap effectively that they've had to close on them. But the fact that they went from a winless regular season to fighting to be effectively now the third place winner.
Team.
I really actually am very impressed. I would like to see them again next season with better roster issues than they had this
fight
season.
Here.
Hecarim does use his ultimate kind of defensively. Gnar is already into the backline. He is getting dropped by the Lilia. Lilia does end up picking up both the Hecarim and the Nico. And now there's a 3-4, but Caitlyn has to back away from this. Blitzcrank may actually be able to look for a hook, but they will not look for it. They will just take this win and be going on into the next set.
Yeah, 2 kills there. I mean, like, you see that there is potential when the Wukong's not there. They were actually able to get some good hooks, get a good team fight, grab 2 nice kills. But with Wukong there now, opportunities to find another fight like that are going to be difficult.
Misfortune landed on the trap. Lilia has her sleep. She gets to sleep onto 2, and one of them being on the Wukong. He cannot do anything in this fight. Now he's going to ult into the fight. Does actually try to do a lot of damage. Gore Drinker's in, but isn't able to clear out anybody just yet. Now the Ivern will be able to go down, and now they're seeing if they can even chase forward. Now Hecarim is back and will be able to charge in, killing the Lilia. Now Vel'Koz is trying to look for an ultimate. He does have his ultimate available. Does he have the mana? He uses his ultimate, and now Wukong is trying to get on the Vel'Koz. They will be able to take him out, and they will be looking down. Gnar is mega and does go in. They do get a lot of damage onto the Nico, and they do end up clearing it.
That's the ace!
And they do actually get an ace, despite players coming back from the first fight.
Heck yeah! Team Defiant.
They will not go quietly. They are They are defiant in this series. They will not go quietly. Give respect to the name.
Yeah. Looks like that was such a great Lilia sleep to start that off,
Like,
which
not only
allowed
getting it
the
onto
Frank
the
to land a
misfortunes.
big hook.
Oh, but now Nara's dead. Nice Ivern route. But, yeah, so, like, she was able to get the sleep onto not just the misfortune, which was the actual catch, but they also were able to get it onto the Wukong,
Right.
which was more important, I feel, because, yes, they were able
Yeah.
to clear out the misfortune, and then it was an easier fight. But since the Wukong couldn't do anything, they were able to actually perform that fight the way that they were probably expecting to.
Yeah, the denial of Wukong. Like, Wukong ended up doing a good amount of work there at the end, but denying him from the access for so long definitely kind of gave him the edge and allowed
Oh,
him
but
to
now
get
they're
that
looking at
ace.
doing this Baron. They don't have... Caitlyn does have her blue trinket. They will be able to see it coming
Lilia
in.
has Flash and Smite and ult again.
Yeah, but they are keeping them away. Baron is at about half HP right
Nor
now. They
has
will be
no
doing a lot of
TP.
damage. Ooh, she got it. Sleep on a 3. Sleep on a 3. They got it onto both the Ivern and...
Vel'Koz ult!
Vel'Koz
Oh!
ultimate kills 2, and with that, Wukong will be going on to the... Nice Zhonya's by the Vel'Koz. Now Wukong is going on to
With the Wukong!
Caitlyn. Again, they will be able to do a lot of damage. They will be able to try to knock up the Wukong as much as they can.
Well, here comes
The
Nar.
Syrinx gauge does go down, and now we will pick up
Woo!
the kill onto her. And now they're looking to see if they can even try to go for the Baron. They don't have their Caitlyn, but they do still have a lot of percentage damage with the Vel'Koz's Disintegration Ray and with the Nar's W passive. With that being said, Zenigma Shadowfire will be trying to look for the dragon in 25 minutes or 25 seconds.
Bird is crazy, man. He just keeps fighting. He's huge. Lilia ult. And that's actually a really cool interaction there that I don't know if everyone noticed. The Vel'Koz ultimate does not break the Lilia sleep. They were just stuck there, just eating the disintegration ray. That was so much damage.
All right,
What a
now
great-
the dragon
what a
is
great
up. They will
combo.
be able to take this as retribution, so they will be putting themselves at Infernal Soul Point for Shadowfire. So Team Defiant will be having to make sure to watch out for that. They will not be able to go for this. Just go ahead and back up, take your win. You got a lot of that. Now that the Wukong is looking to TP into the mid lane, he will be going in, but Lilia, they should not be looking for this
You've got
fight.
to reset here.
You've got to reset. You've got thousands
Lilia's got
of gold.
1,800 gold.
You've got 1,800 gold. Nar even has some gold to be able to spend to get some more defensive stats, preferably magic resistance. Wink, wink. But
Man,
yeah,
what-
they are fighting tooth and nail for this.
What a great team fight. What great engage by Bird, man. 2 fights in a row just
Yeah, this
ran
one
such
he got
an amazing sleep.
triple sleep. I know onto the Ivern into the
Yeah, it got onto the,
Nico
I believe, the Hecarim, as well as the Nico.
and the Ivern.
Yeah, and like I said, the Vel'Koz ult just was able to just get a full channel because it doesn't break the sleep.
I didn't
That's
know
such
that
a
it
cool
didn't break the
combo.
sleep.
I'm gonna admit it, I didn't know that either. That's such a disgusting combo.
All right,
And
well,
if they can land it
note
one
to
or two
teams,
more
you
times,
should probably pick that now because apparently that is a thing.
Yeah. If they can land that one more time, you'd have to think they might be able to dang near pull this off.
All right, they do see that the Hecarim is alone, but he will be able to get out
Yep.
pretty quickly.
One thing I want to note, no healing reduction on the side of Team Defiant, and this Wukong is just eating them up. And now he has the completed Ravenous Hydra. I feel like that's a must-buy at this point, because the Wukong's just living for so long.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to disagree with the not with your points, but with the Nars pick. He went for Winged Moonstone.
So for a dead man's plate, you'd have to imagine.
Yeah, but or even a Spirit or a what is it? Force of Nature.
Yeah.
But I would want him to have a Bramble Vest. Like everybody's going to want to be piloting onto him. Like it's going to be very effective for him. Vel'Koz should be picking up at least an Oblivion Orb. Same with the Lilia, and
Caitlyn can get an Executioners pretty easily. What I want to see, more importantly, can Alien Roll land a critical ultimate in this team fight? He's getting close to
oh, he
Mega.
does find the Hecarim. They are going to be able to do a bunch of damage onto him.
He's going Mega.
He does got Mega. He did not
He has
get
Flash.
He does have Flash, but they're not looking for it just yet. They're holding. Oh, he does get the flash, and he gets it onto 2!
Oh!
He hooks to the Hecarim, and now he's going to get slept, and now the Hecarim is going to be able to ult away. They do actually get a bunch of stuns off onto...
Wukong's on the back line.
Oh, but now the Nico actually got a snare onto the Blitzcrank and the Lilia. Lilia did get dropped by the Nico, and now they're trying to run away as fast as they can, but Wukong is already onto the back line. Now Gnar and Vel'Koz are going down. Caitlyn is the only one alive, and they did see her cross that tri-bush over the pink ward. She will be able to back away, but I'm not sure if Nico will be able to find her. They do find her. They do get the trap onto her. She does do as much damage as she can. She does clean up that kill, so at least they are able to get her, but now she has to back to save this base.
Man, that looked like such a good start. Alien Roll found a really nice ultimate, but the follow-up wasn't there because the Wukong was able to just get on top of the Vel'Koz and Caitlyn was nowhere near. And with that, I think you're kind of seeing, oh, heel cut is picked up on the side of Bird now. So if he can get a little damage onto the Wukong and the rest of the team, he should be able to apply it to all of them pretty easily. So that is a big pickup. You'd have to imagine that'll help this time around. But, man, these fights are close.
Yeah, like, we see now, we're at this point where either team can actually win these fights depending upon the situation that's set up for it. Gnar does not have flash for this next fight. Neither will Wukong. Neither will pretty much everybody on the side of Shadowfire.
Your Team Defiant are... Yeah, both ADCs left flash, but something I want to point out, we've kind of been sleeping on Slap this game on the Misfortune very quietly.
Yeah.
He got himself to a 7-1-6 scoreline, but has been very good at positioning, has managed to land big ultimates to follow up the rest of his team, and even if you kill the Wukong at this point, that's a 4-item Misfortune, hitting very, very hard.
And she has anti-heal.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, getting close to level 16 as well, which will just really kick that ultimate, the bullet time, over the edge. But it looks like it's going to remain calm until
Blitzcrank, you need to try to hook him. You need to be able to get something off of him for this fight that's coming up in a few seconds.
And if you could blow his ult potentially, something like that would be big.
Ult. He doesn't have
Nico's
flash, so he would have
in
to.
the mid lane.
Gnar does have TP, but he does not have Mega quite yet. He's around 60%.
Gnar needs to get over here.
Gnar's running over. They do have the bottom part of the river. Gnar's collapsing on the top half. He needs to stack this Mega. He is stacking it. It's at 70%.
Dragon's
does hook
fast.
onto the Hecarim.
Big hook!
But they do get a large amount of their AoEs onto the fight. Lilia gets a 5-man sleep. He gets a 5-man sleep. Now it's up to Gnar to see if he can actually do a bunch of damage. He does get onto the Nico. And now it's... we do see onto the back. We did have the Caitlyn actually be dropped. And with that, the Infernal Soul goes over to Zenigma.
Yep. They end up, despite such an insane... Once again, an insane sleep. But despite that, able to grab the soul. I'm not sure what happened to Caitlyn there. I think she most likely got hit by a root or the Hecarim ultimate, but despite having flash, was picked off at the start of that fight. If she'd been able to remain alive, Vel'Koz almost killed the Wukong himself.
Mm-hmm.
If Caitlyn's able to stay alive there to dish out a little bit of damage, I think that fight ends up going their way. But now with the Infernal Soul on the side of Team Zenigma, you'd have to think, all right, now they can close it out despite Team Defiant's best efforts. But hey, if another 5-man sleep can happen, you never know.
Yeah, and we are seeing the start for some items coming in from Team Defiant. They are getting that anti-heal, finally. And Gnar, as you said earlier, he is actually going for the Dead Man's. I would have preferred him to go for Force of Nature, because the amount of damage that Nico has been doing to him has been incredibly high.
Baron is on the table, clearing out some vision. Caitlyn has flash this time around. Vel'Koz's flash will be up pretty soon, but so will almost everyone outside of Ivern on the side of Zenigma. Wukong with flash, Nico with flash upcoming.
Wukong does have teleport. He will be able to join this fight.
Yeah, they've done a good job of clearing out the vision, so there isn't a huge flank potential, like a flank ward for Wukong, but just him showing up with flash and ult could be enough. But Vel'Koz has Zanya's,
Oh,
or
Wukong is
Lilia
backing. I
also
think
has
he has his
Zanya's.
Spirit Visage now.
Oh, that's huge. And they still okay. He'll cut on Vel'Koz as well now, so he can also cut into some of the Wukong's healing. But with
Yeah,
a Spirit Visage completed, it's gonna be difficult.
yeah, he's just backing up now. He put a lot of pressure into the bottom lane. I believe that's at least 2.5 waves of minions. Ne- Lilia should not be the one down here. Lilia should not be the one down here. It needs to be Gnar. What are you doing? Okay, this is a Baron
Yep.
fight for Zenigma to
Red
take.
team recognizes that. They see Lilia bot lane and they immediately call to go for the Baron. Perfect call by them. Lilia's got to run up here as fast as her little deer legs can carry her.
Gnar is caught up by the Nico. Does get a lot of damage dropped onto her. He will get
Oh, it goes
his
Mega.
Mega and his ultimate off. He will be able to escape, but now the Hecarim is onto the back line, into the Caitlyn and to the Vel'Koz. Gnar is trying to survive as long as he can into 4 members.
Here comes Wukong.
Lilia does get her bubble onto them. Wukong gets the nice knock-up. He will be able to get his ultimate off, and so will Lilia, so they will be able to escape. Vel'Koz is probably going to be dying here. He does have his barrier, but he will not be able to proc it fast enough, and he will be going down. And now that is 3 for none for them.
Yep. And I don't even know if they need the Baron.
I don't think they need the
right here.
Baron. They just
might
run it.
be able to just push and end. 40 seconds on the Vel'Koz, and without him, I don't think they have the wave clear.
Oh, Lilia got caught.
It'd be heroic if Caitlyn and Lilia, but ooh, a great route.
And I think that that might be
Can
the end of
Caitlyn
this.
do it?
Oh,
Team
Caitlyn also
Defiance,
got rooted.
season
She's
on
going to
the
get caught
line.
onto the Wukong, and that will be it. Team
That'll do
Defiant
it.
will be dead, dying here as their final breaths are happening right in front of their base. But still, congratulations to Zenigma Shadowfire for
Yep.
this 2-0 win, and congratulations to Defiant for making it this far and really putting up a fight to the bitter end.
Yeah, credit to both teams, really. I mean, Zenigma is looking scary. If I'm waiting for them in the finals right now, I'm a little worried because they played exceptional tonight. But yeah, credit to Team Defiant as well. What a great playoff run. Managed to win 2 series. Managed to make a competitive series against one of the top 2 teams in their division. We definitely hope to see all those players back next season. And you hinted at earlier. Hopefully they can be able to run a whole season with a full roster because it's always hard when you're having to move players in and out. But credit to them, and credit to them for making this game when it was looking like it might just kind of fall apart pretty quickly. They found a way to win multiple team fights, to keep it entertaining, to give themselves a chance. And at the end of the day, someone's got to lose. And just credit to Zenigma for playing so well.
We are going to be getting a post-game interview with Goreclaw, the top laner. Hello there.
Hello. You might have to turn me up. I might be a little quiet.
All right, I'll turn you up a little bit.
I can hear you pretty well. Congratulations on the win. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Pretty good.
Yeah, so this
Go ahead.
that was a very commanding win for you, both from game 1 on the Sylas and game 2 on the Wukong. I like Wukong as a champion. He was my first main. I didn't agree with Wukong in this game, though. Why did you choose Wukong?
I mean, they had a Vel'Koz that literally just sits there and has to ulti, and he has to stand still. And then the Gnar, really, I just have to make sure that he doesn't jump on, and I just have to smack him in lane.
Yeah.
And those 2 are their biggest, what's it called, win conditions. So, and then the Caitlyn, Hecarim got her. Don't got to worry about her.
Yeah. No, definitely. I thought Vel'Koz was playing pretty well, but I mean, once you kind of reached him in the back line of those fights, there's really not much he can do. And yeah, I thought you played really great the first game on the Sylas, and I wasn't expecting. I mean, I thought you'd play well again the second game, but you kind of blew that first performance out of the water. Let's go back to the first game though. What were you thinking when you see? I also play a fair amount of Sylas, and I know I'm always feeling good when Malphite gets locked in before me. That's got to be one of the most fun matchups. You're probably feeling pretty good being able to get that pick there.
Yeah, how I see it is, the rule is, if you're going to play Malphite, ban Sylas.
Yeah. I
And
think
if you
Malphite and a
pick Malphite, pick Sylas.
Yeah, Malphite and Amumu will got to be 2 of the best. And you managed to find just over and over again great ults on to the backline. Like every fight, it seemed like. What do you think was the biggest key for y'all to be able to kind of just get such a demanding or commanding kind of 2-0 victory?
It was probably our team fighting. Our team fighting is really good. I would say it's one of the best in the leagues right now.
Mhm.
Um, we can work on our laning a little bit, but it's our team fighting. Our team play is really good, and same with our macro.
Definitely.
Yeah, so next week you will be going up again. Oh, you will be going up against Storm Riders for your final matchup. Uh, what can you say about that? Are we going to see anything spicy, or you got to keep that in the back pocket?
I mean, you're just gonna see two really good teams go at it. So
I
Yeah, y'all split. Yeah, you split in the regular season. Both ended 7-1. And I thought, I mean, if y'all play like y'all were today, I'd have to think you're feeling pretty confident.
yeah, but you can't be overconfident. That's how you lose games.
Definitely, definitely.
yeah,
All right.
so
You got any other questions, Anson?
I have no other questions. Thank you for a very entertaining evening. Shame that we had to wait an extra half an hour for some people. Um, from both sides. And but congratulations to you for this win, and good luck to you guys in the finals next week.
Thank you very much, and good job, Defiant. You guys played well.
Yeah,
It was fun playing against you guys.
yeah, congratulations to Defiant. You know,
Congrats.
defying expectations.
Yeah,
All right,
credit to both
we
teams.
are going to go ahead and sign off with that. Thank you everybody for tuning in to these two casts that we had this evening. I'm Manson571 with Gruer, and this is the end for the evening.
Have a good night.